See, most of the generation in today's new era, so what we see is post our graduation, we move to the bigger cities. And definitely, when we move to the bigger cities for employment or for a business, we need to stay in a rented house. Okay, we occupy a rented house and then the life moves on. And then the life stage will get moving and you get into married life and then you have your children. Then by the end of this you're already in the mid 30s, but one question start keep coming to your mind. So let's say you are paying a rent of 20,000 rupees per month and you stay in the same rented house for the next 20 years. What will happen? I mean, how much rent that I would end up paying if I continue to stay in the same house for the next 20 years? So because of this question, you start thinking, should I stay in the rented house or should I buy a new home? I mean, whatever rent that I'm going to pay now, if I just buy the home of my own, I do not have to pay this rent, but the same rent can also be converted into an EMIs. So the property also will belong to me post 20 years, right? So it's a very complicated question, and this question can only be sorted out by putting all these things in an Excel sheet, because one of my mentors said when it comes to mathematical question, the answer has to be given in a mathematical way only. So let's try and find out what will happen first if I stay in a rented house, and then we will move on to the next thing. Should I still buy a new home or should I stay in a rented house? So I'm going to cut across now to the Excel sheet. I'm going to share the screen with you. Okay, this is a small Excel that I have prepared here. So in this Excel, you can see that, okay, let's say I'm paying a rent of 20,000 rupees per month, and which is 2,40,000 rupees per annum. And this per month rent is not going to remain the same. As we move along, obviously the landlord will increase the rent by 5%. And let's say every year the rent keeps on increasing by 5%. Okay, the first year the total rent that I would have paid is, by the end of the first year, my rent will go up to 2,52,000 rupees, right? And the same is compounded again by the 5%. So next year again the landowner will increase the rent by 5%. So like this I will keep paying 2,64,000 here, right? And by this, if I just stay in the same rented house for the next 20 years, can you imagine what is the amount of rent that I'm so sorry. What is the amount of rent that you would have paid? It is a whopping 83 lakh rupees is the total rent that I have paid in the next 20 years. And starting with the rent of 20,000 rupees per month, and it keeps on increasing every year by 5%. 83 lakh rupees. It's a humongous kind of an amount. But if this is a situation, is it not the right idea for me to, instead of staying in the rented house, should I buy my own house, moving from taking an EMI, right? So the detailed calculation, again it's a mathematics, the detailed calculation I will present it to you in the next session, and you keep watching this space for more information. Thank you.